All right, but check it out. Coming pure from the spirit, real shit. And the energy and the spirit of Rasputin this time. If anybody know who Rasputin is, then okay, you got one up on him. Or several up on him. But I'm going to speak right now speaking about the chosen. It's levels to all things. So even with the chosen, it's like a hierarchy, a ranking, and all that type of stuff. You have the true chosen first. These are the ones that has inherited the spirits, the messages, and all that type of stuff. The mystical magic and all that they inherited by it traveled down their lineage from their families. So it just came to me like not too long ago. Like anybody that have anything in their family where it's like 7 children born from one lady or come out of one lady, 7 children, it's definitely a chosen one in that bloodline, in that race. And these are the higher ones. These are the true chosen ones. That is in their bloodlines, it's in their DNA. The other chosen ones is everybody that is born. You have a choice. You can answer the call. Like I said, many are called, but few are chosen. So instead of saying all, they just say many. So all have the potential to become chosen because all are here. Now taking it back a step further. You are the one and begotten son. Son doesn't mean just son as in male, like a boy, like a son, like a child boy. No, it means the product of the masculine and the feminine producing something by way of God, putting a blessing upon them. Observe it. How many times, and it's going to sound crazy, but it's the truth. Observe it. How many times did your mother and father have sex? How many what do they call it, like little sperm seeds travel, and you were the only one that made it to the destination. Out of all the other ones, you were the only one. So right there, that's number one lesson. You are the begotten son. You are the begotten child. That's number one. So you were chosen in that way, off top. Right? What comes after that is, you come in the first form, as in the book of Moses. The book of Moses. Moses was drawn from water. We all here living were drawn from water. The womb, the water that was in the womb, where we traveled 9 months in water. We was drawn from it. Same story that you say when they say Heru or Horus was floating down the Nile River in water, and somebody picked him up who was not his mother and began to teach him and began to grow up and be a boy and a man and an adult and to carry on and take place of his father or regain his father. This is Moses. This is the first of the big 3. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam being the last one. Next, you are drawn from the water. Now you are birthed. Now you are here. This is 2. Now you come out as in Jesus. Not Jesus Christ yet, but Jesus. Jesus is the result of the spirit and the physical blending in one being, in a body, in a being. That is everyone who is living. Jesus has levels to it. Jesus has levels to it in the sense that majority of people here living on the earth today are in Jesus' energy. They may be high up, they may be low up, they are in Jesus' energy. And when you go back to the book once again, Jesus, when you read the story and comprehend and observe, Jesus was chosen, right? Jesus was chosen. So here we go. The chosen ones, we are all chosen on the spectrum of Jesus. Depending on how far you travel up on the spectrum of Jesus, now you become Jesus Christ. Christ meaning Christos or christening. Now your light is on in the top of your head. Now your third eye is open. Now your cup runneth over. Or you could be Jesus and turn Jesus into the devil because Jesus is only an energy. You can use the Jesus energy and now use it to be To don't go up to the higher aspects that they're on a Jesus level. And don't turn into Christos. Don't be Jesus Christ. You can use it on a lower level. And then you can be the devil. It's just energy. Same as Jesus started teaching when he was 12 years old. And he died when he was 33. Now understand. What age were you when you were able to have a child and reproduce? You was 12, 13 when you entered puberty. Right? Correct. Yeah. Oil traveled down, a sacred oil traveled down from your brain, from the top of your brain, down to your lower nature, down to your root chakra. From there, when we begin adolescence, or no, when we get into puberty, we have a choice to raise this oil back up in a righteous way. To raise the oil back up. That's when Jesus travels back up to meet his parents, who is his right brain and his left brain. This is what all this means that's in the scriptures. Now, you could mess up the energy, you could mess up the oil by drugs, bad thinking, not promoting like righteous reasons and whatever. You could take the oil, you could take the energy and corrupt it and act out and be doing fucked up shit with the oil. It's Jesus' energy until it becomes purified and crucified. Then it becomes Christos. Then it becomes Christ. That's true. So we're all Jesus. Majority of people here now are on a Jesus level, trying to get to the next level. The next level is 3. This is Islam. And this is how 1, 2, 3, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All these 3 take the truths and break it up in different parts. But it's coming from a truth that was spoken about or taught about further back before these 3 even existed. You can take it back to the truths of the Kemetic truths. The same story, just in full. It's not broken in pieces. It's not broken in 3 pieces. 3 being a Trinity always. Father, Son, and the Moon. Same like I just explained thus far, with Judaism being the Father. They follow the ways of Moses. But it travels back to they essentially worship Saturn. That's the Father. Okay? 2 is the Son. S-U-N-S-O-N. Okay? S-U-N-S-O-N. That's Jesus. That's the Son. That's the Sun energy. That's the oil. That's the fish. That's the seed who has been drawn from the water and now it's a physical vessel. Now I'm at 3. Like I said, Islam is the 3rd, is the last one. This is where we read the scriptures, we read the books, we read the Holy Quran that Prophet Muhammad, he dealt with 2 different places, Mecca and Medina. So just letting you know, he dealt with 2 different places. Jesus did not deal with 2 different places. Jesus he knew he was in touch with God because that's what he raised himself up to do, the oil. The oil was good, it was pure. He was a lamb. Like he don't have no wrong in him. He just want to do right by God. But he was unbalanced in a sense. He did not know, I want to say he did not know the ways of the world or the land. He may knew the heavens, but he did not know the way of the world or of earth. When Muhammad comes after Jesus, this is why Jesus say in the Bible, it'll be one after me, the Comforter, who is Muhammad, who also has other names. The one who traveled the 7 heavens, who rode on something in between, he said, with the size of a dog, and it's got to be the size, it's got to be a goat, that he traveled up to the 7 heavens. The 7 heavens are your 7 chakras, your 7 energy centers that's in your body. And these all are different, what you want to call them? messengers, the prophets, and all that. These they're all seven, just like how you have seven archangels or seven colors in a rainbow. This is what all of this means. So let me backtrack a little bit, because I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. This is just loud, pure spirit. So just stick with me. Pure spirit. Jesus walked this earth. He was dedicated to God. Now, when I say Jesus, I don't want you to really put in your mind that it was one person that lived and did this 2,000 years ago, like one specific person. It's all of us. It's multiple. Everybody is Jesus. So we all do this. So it's one person, or it's us. It's energy that dwells on all of us, that truly sees God, that's in communion, conversation with God nonstop, all day, every day, and receive messages from God. This particular individual, this particular energy travels this world, and all their whole purpose is to relay the messages that they know, the higher learning that they know, to other mankind, and teach them and show them and help them to go back and be one with the Father, Mother, which is God, the Most High. So that's why Jesus walked and you read the scripture, Jesus walked the earth. He showed them magic. He showed them healing. He told them about God. But the most powerful thing that he said, the same thing I'm doing, you can do as well if you go to God, to the Father, who is truly Father, Mother. You can do the same thing. Now, people listen, but there was more so just give me action. Just my child is crippled, my child is blind, my child is need help, we need this, cure this. Can you do that? Yes, I can do it. But the same thing I'm doing, you too can do if you go back to the Father. This is why everybody here is chosen. You have a duty. You are chosen. That's the only reason you're born, to be chosen, to raise up to and become Jesus Christ, and then go on to become Muhammad. This is your sole purpose of being here. To the point you put yourself here so you could go back there and recognize yourself as this here. So Jesus did all this work in the land. And the crazy thing about God, Father, Mother, when I say Father, Mother, you have to take it in context as energies, a masculine energy and a feminine energy. That's God, blended both, to the point where it's neither one, it's above the two. So Jesus traveled, and he was doing all these good things on land, and he was changing people, he was helping people. But Father, Mother also has another force that's outside of, let's say, a positive force. But it's still Father, Mother. It's still God. So Jesus he was betrayed. But him being betrayed was needed for him to understand the ways of the earth, because he was naive. Like it said, he was a lamb. He was pure. He held no malice. He knew no malice. So he did not know that it was other people that didn't like what he was doing, or other people that was, or other beings, other energy that was opposite of his. But keep in mind, God is all things. So God is, as you would say, good and evil, good and bad, light and dark. As I told you, masculine and feminine, sun and moon, the Father. So when Jesus was betrayed, they say they put him up on a cross and stuff like that. Now, man, this is all figuratively. This is not it's just figuratively. Because a cross is nothing but a box turned inside out, or a box unfolded. And Father is a box. The Father is a cube. Saturn, the shape of Saturn is a cube. Saturn represents a cube. So a cube open up is a box. And this is the Son coming from the Father. That's what this means. In the crucifix, the cross also represents earth, the 4 points, the 4 corners. Earth, earthbound, earthly. So he's tied up to the earth. Now, he was taken down from this cross. They put him in a cave. Cave is all symbolic because he come from the cave. Cave is the womb. Cave is the like our stomach or whatever like that, or the Bethlehem. Bethlehem is Beth, Beth. That's the bread basket. That's the house. That's our belly. Or what's the other word? He was born in a manger. That's your belly. That's a house right there. So he went back into the cave. This means that he got to come back up again in the body, traveling up the spinal cord, which holds 33 vertebrae. That's why they say he died when he was 33. He started teaching at 12 and died at 33. So to backtrack and get a little bit more, let me get you. Like I said, at the age of 12, 13, when we enter puberty, or you come down from the right and left brain that travel down from higher than the right and left brain, from a place that's called like colostrodome, something like that. It would give you the meaning of, it would sound very similar to like Claus and Santa Claus, the spelling and stuff like that. This travels down from the higher parts of the brain, which would be like a chimney in a house, in your body. You know what I'm saying? This is Santa always come down. Santa is Saturn. Saturn is the father of this planet. This energy comes down, travels through your right and left brain, and come down your spinal cord, which is the River Jordan, which is the straight and narrow, which is the Nile River. All that. This shit travel down in your body. This in your body. And shout out to a great teacher from way back. He's deceased now, but way back. Hilton Hope Team. He got that type of information for you. How like the Jesus story is I don't know what's the word, like a chemical process that go on within every human being. I mean, I pay homage to all my greats. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, we come down here to teach and share and kick knowledge and wisdom to pay homage. Like, yeah, so Hilton Hope Team. But yeah, the sacred oil comes down from the top brain at 12 years old, come down your spinal cord, and then from there, it can be nurtured to travel back up to the 33rd vertebrae. The 33rd, once you get past the 33rd vertebrae, now it taps back into his mother and father. Now it taps back into the right brain and left brain. Now you are married within. Now you are high priest. Now you know all the secrets, all the wisdom. If not all, a lot of them. So Jesus was in the cave. When he was in the cave, or before he got into the cave, he called out to the Father, said, Eli, Eli, why did thou forsaken me? What does that mean? Eli, first of all, anything El is God. El is another name of Saturn, right? So he called out Eli. Okay, so that's Saturn. Father, why did thou forsaken me? So forsaken, to me, to the common man or whatever like that, forsaken means then why did you mislead me, or why did you not tell me, or why did you forsake me? Why didn't you, if he was on this planet doing all this good work, work for God, trying to bring people towards God, and then he got mishandled, he got betrayed, and ultimately died, they say. In one way he did. And then, by what he going through all this, he on the cross, being nailed down to the earth. You know what I'm saying? And he calling back up to God. In his mind, the mind got to be saying, I did all this work for you. How could you let this happen to me? So, Father, why would you forsaken me? Cool. Father had to let him learn by that way. Father couldn't have told him that, okay, you going to go on with my message and you going to do all my good work and you will be betrayed by Judas or whoever. he would not tell him that, because if he would have told him that, then he wouldn't have did his job purely. He wouldn't have, because he's still teaching. He gonna still teach Judas. So, but if Father Buddha had told him that, he wouldn't have taught Judas, or he would have been. You get what I'm saying? He would have been apprehensive on. He wouldn't have been doing his job purely. He had to go without Father telling him that, and then Father come back and say, "You had to learn that one on your own." You get what I'm saying? Like, you had to experience that on your own to understand what it is. You had the heavenly knowledge, and now you had your own interaction with worldly. Now you have you get what I'm saying? Like that. So that's a thing that the chosen go through to awaken them once again, to become Muhammad. When he went to the cave is like you going just in the resource of your mind where it's dark, or you laying down your bed at night with the TV off and the light shut off, it's dark. And when you're there, you only asking questions and getting answers. Who you talking to? Talking to yourself? Talking to God and yourself, and your higher self. Asking questions. Damn, what? I did this today, would this happen? Or damn, I was just trying to get a good word, and then they came and did me wrong. Now they got me up on the cross. Damn, now I'm in the cave. What the hell happened? What was I doing wrong? What's everything for? So when you're in that dark like that, you're going to get the answers, because the answer's in the dark. That's where light comes from dark. So he got the answers, and then it dawned on him what had happened. Oh, yeah, that's right. Then Father explained to him, I could have told you that, because if I had told you that beforehand, you wouldn't have went on with your duty and your mission. And you wouldn't have went on to your next level, which is Muhammad. He stayed in the cave 3 days. This ain't the books. And that's why it's important. You got to read other books to understand the books. And a lot of other books that you're supposed to read to understand the books, I don't know who, the Reverend or whoever, or the Imam or whoever, they spook you away from reading the other books, so that when you can get a good understanding of the books. One book is Moon, one book is Sun, one book is Saturn. That's the Trinity, once again. So he went to the cave. They rolled the rock back. Same way that at the Christmas, spring don't roll around for 3 months. 3 months, 3 days. I mean, for the winter solstice, got 3 months until the spring comes, till the sun start coming and raising back up. There's more light out. This is the sun. S-U-N is the S-O-N. Same thing. You know what I mean? So, people say they celebrate Christmas like that's Jesus' birthday. No, actually, that's around the time that he died. He went to the cave for 3 months. The sun, at its lowest form, when the winter solstice hit. More dark time, more nighttime than daytime. So they rolled back the rock. Because by this time, I guess the spirit must have hit the people, or hit whoever it's supposed to hit, or make them understand they're wrong. Because we all here teaching and learning. So they was, they rolled back that rock. Now they knew he was special. Now they knew their energy is special. Now you know your energy is special. Once you know what I mean, go into your cave or your bed or your little sacred space, the recess of your mind, ask questions and stuff like that, and try to figure things out about you and God and everything that you're dealing with on the earth. They rolled back the rock. Where you at? It was somebody there. Like, it was somebody there, because the people saying where he at, it was somebody there, like an angel. I forget that angel that was there at that time, or that energy that was there at that time, to explain to people, to say to the people, nah, he's still here. But You can't see him now, but he can see you. So that means that he had transformed. He had transformed, went through a transformation. So when you go through a transformation, the transformation, first it starts out as spiritual, then it got to be mental, and then lastly it will be physical. That's what anything. Anything, first you start out spiritual, then it travel into mental, and then lastly become physical. So they rolled back the rock, said somebody that was dead that had wisdom, that had knowledge, that knew stuff, who was an intercessor to the people, and you get what I'm saying, the high energy, the higher frequency. They said, no, he's still here, but he can see you, but now you no longer can see him. That's when he turned into Muhammad. That's when he had knowledge of both worlds. He had knowledge of the heavens and he had knowledge of the earth. So this is all this means. This is why we be traveling, or the chosen people, or the chosen ones travel. Chosen ones travel in the energy of Jesus. But they be so conflicted because I observe and I hear like the chosen ones saying they always being attacked, they always being this, they being that, and da-da-da, like life is hard here on earth and stuff like that. That's because they don't know that the energy they travel in is on a higher spectrum, on the higher levels of Jesus, becoming to Christ, if they're not already Christ. So they have to understand that you have to, because a lot of them be preaching and talking love and light. So if you are love and light, most probably think love and light, and they don't know it's even two lights. You got a light emanating from the sun, just like you like a light emanating and jumping off the moon. So that's light and dark. So it's two lights. But most people say love and light like as in just meaning, I don't know, just happy and just light and not, you get what I'm saying? Like, you understand. It's two lights. It's two balances. I told you. Father created masculine and feminine energies. One is sunlight, one is moonlight. One is right brain, one is left brain. So the chosen ones, they had to recognize, they had to notice that they in the energy of Jesus and heading toward Jesus Christ. If they've already been crucified and anointed with the sacred oil, that becomes Christos, Christ consciousness. You have to be betrayed to an extent. And it doesn't have to be nobody outside of you. You can betray your own self in wrong thinking or wrong understanding. But it's only then that you become Muhammad, who is also Baphomet. Maybe shocking, but who is also Baphomet. It's one picture of Jesus. It will have the sun behind his head, and he's holding up two fingers, like as in a peace sign or whatever like that. And then it's also the picture of Baphomet. He's holding up the same two fingers in one hand, and then the other hand, he's holding up two fingers with a third out. So the two up meaning knowledge that's hidden, sacred. It's not for everyone. The other finger, the two down and the third out, is saying knowledge I'm sharing with the world, or knowledge I got from the world and knowledge I have from upstairs. And you understand, Baphomet is sitting on the earth, but he also has the moon up above him. Yeah, so that's just a little something on the chosen and the balance of the dualities in man, or man traveling to be Jesus Christ, who started out as Moses, drawn from the water, then became the spirit in flesh, who is Jesus, to later on become the one who is balanced, who is Muhammad.